Hey guys, welcome to week 7, Tuesday with Dr. Callahan for ProbStats Semester 1. These are your 3 warm-up questions. Go ahead and pause the video and answer them. Just to put things into perspective, this is week 7, Tuesday. After this week, you guys will have fall break. After fall break, you have week 8. And then week 9, Friday, is when your warm-up block is due. Keep in mind that this is also the end of a quarter, so we're halfway into the semester, which means we're halfway there till winter break. And then your 300 points is going to consist of 100 with a warm-up log itself, so you should have 100 of the boxes, 100 points for preparation. So are you prepared for class every day? Most of you guys are pretty much prepared. And then 100 points for participation. This is the one that generally will probably hurt the most people. If you haven't been checking in with me, you got to check in with me on those hybrid days on the YouTube channel. And then also make sure you are signing in and showing up for class on the rotating days. So that is your 300 points. Here are your answers for question number 3. Last time when I saw you guys, we went over the spinner questions. In addition to the spinner questions, we also had you, or I had you guys create your 10 questions in regards to your results. You answered questions 1 to 14. And then lastly, you guys took an assessment on this. So that's important to have completed. And so if you did not take the assessment, I'm going to show you guys where that is. So let's see here. You need to make sure you have access to MS Team. I'm going to do a new share on this so that way you guys can see what I'm seeing. And I don't see it. Let's see, show all windows. No, that's still not it. Here we go. Let's see if that will do it. There we go. Okay, now I see it. Here we go. MS Team, you guys are in ProbStats. And so if you take a look at this, all of your videos are pretty much synchronized. Like right here is week 7 Monday. Then the week before that is going to be week 6 Friday. If you need tutoring, here's a link for tutoring with me. And also the assessment, which is posted right here. It says week 7 Monday assessment, 5 questions, multiple choice and probability combination and permutation. So this is due in 1 week. I will highly suggest that you go ahead and complete it as soon as you can, because the longer that you wait for it, there's going to be more assignments piling up. So now let's take a look at the assignments, which is not popping up. This is actually your 4th assessment that's been posted on here. So if you have not submitted your assessment for week 6, I know there are 2 in week 6, 1 in week 5. If you haven't done that, make sure you do that as soon as you can, because I believe the 1 in week 5 is actually already due. The 1 in week 6 is still in the process of being due. So I would suggest you guys get that done. All right, so then today we're gonna go ahead and go over these questions right here. Up to this point, I think I told you guys that there are several scenarios when it comes to probability. We went over, we went over the probability of a coin, a probability of cards. We went over probability with a bag of marbles. That's not how you spell marbles. Actually, I'm not, hold on, maybe it's M-A-R-B-L-E-S. Yeah, that is how you spell marbles. And then, let's see, coins, cards, marbles. Now we're on spinners. But I feel like we did one more before this. Oh, that's right, a die. A dice. So make sure you guys have this. If you do not have this piece of paper that was passed out in class, especially if you're like at home right now, I would suggest that you just answer this question on a separate piece of paper and then submit it, and that's completely fine. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this is a permutation and combination matching worksheet. Pause the video and go ahead and get started and see if you're able to match them. There's 8 questions, and then here are the answers. Okay, let's just kind of go over one of them. Let's maybe go over number 5. Denny has 6 watercolors, red, green, blue, yellow, black, and orange. In how many different orders can the different waters appear? So this is kind of like the question when we talked about the Harry Potter books. Like there were 5 Harry Potter books on a bookshelf. How many different ways can you rearrange different 5 Harry Potter books? So it's like a factorial. So this is like the fundamental counting principle. So you're just gonna go ahead and do a factorial. Given the fact that there are 6, you're gonna do a 6 factorial, which is going to be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And whatever number that's going to be, that is going to be your answer. And if I were to do this in my head, which I'm not going to, but it's actually 720. So your 5 goes to 720. Now you could go ahead and pause the video and you pick one and try it on your own. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Okay, so for number 2, how many different combination of management can there be to fill position of a manager, a secretary, which is spelled incorrectly, it's not secretary, and a visor of a company knowing that there are 12 eligible candidates? So with this one, order does matter. It's kind of like if I were doing an election for president, vice president, secretary, etc. Order does matter. So it's not, even though it has a word combination in it, it's not combination. It's actually permutation. And the formula for permutation is n factorial over n minus r factorial. So now let's go ahead and identify which was a big number and which was a small number. Given that there are 3 positions, your r is going to be 3, and there are 12 eligible candidates, so your n is going to be 12. So I'm going to have 12 factorial divided by 12 minus 3 factorial, which is actually a 9 factorial. Let's extend this. 12, 11, 10 times 9 factorial divided by 9 factorial. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel the 9 factorial, top and bottom, and then I'm just left with 12 times 11 times 10, which is 1,320 different ways. And this one is a little all the way down here to H. Okay, now you go ahead and pick another one. All right, so then with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the answers to this, so that way you can check your answers and see if it's correct. Here are the answers, and also here are my steps. Make sure you're giving it a try on your own before you just take a look at my work. It's important that you guys understand how to do this on your own, independently, without any assistance. All right, let's go on to the next part. This one is basically probability playing with a pack of cards. Remember, in a pack of cards, you have 52 different cards. You have, and just a little bit of information, 13 cards in each suite. And remember, each suite composes of hearts, which is 13 cards, clubs, which is also 13 cards. You have spades, which is 13 cards, and diamonds, which are 13. And remember, within these 13, you have numbers 1 to 10, Jack, Queen, King, which makes 13. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at, 1 to 4 is fairly simple. Let's go for number 5. Number 5 says not a picture card, which means you want to count how many are picture cards. So if you think about it, a picture card is Jack, Queen, King. There are 3 picture cards, 3, 3, 3, which is 12. And if you're looking for, these are pictured, not pictured, that will be 52 minus 12, which gives you 40. So your probability of not having a picture card is 40 out of 52. And if you divide it by 2 and reduce it, you'll get a 20 over 26, which is a 10 over 13. And if you divide that into a decimal, it will be a 76.9%. So that's a pretty high chance of not having a picture card. Okay, let's take a look at number 7. Or excuse me, not 7, number 6. A king or a queen. All right, so looking at this, a king or a queen, well, there's a king and a queen in each of the suites. There are 4 suites. So that means you have 2, 2, 2, and 2, which gives you an 8. Because the word or, you have to add both, okay? So it is 8 over 52, not 40. And if you reduce that by 2, you'll get a 4 over 26, a 2 out of 13, which if you go ahead and divide that, it is going to be a 15.38%. Now I would like you guys to go ahead and do the rest of the ones that I'm highlighting that we have not completed, and go ahead and complete it. Pause the video. Here are the answers if you'd like to check them. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this part. This is the last part of what we have. It is on a spinner question. It says, what is the probability of spinning landing on a C? Well, given the fact there's only one C out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. So your total is going to be out of 8. So it's just going to be 1 out of 8. Or if you put in a decimal, it's 12.5%. Simultaneously, if it says, what is the probability of not landing on C? Well, given the fact that one of them is C out of 8, then not is going to be 7. So 7 out of 8, which 100%, if you do 100% minus a 12.7 or 12.5, you don't even have to do all of this. It'll just give you 87.5% if you just want to do 100% minus C, which is 12.5%. All right, question number 4. Just to make sure that you know the difference between vowel and consonants, vowel is A, E, I, O, U. Consonants is the 26 letters of the alphabet minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to give you a 21. Go ahead and answer questions 3, 4, and 5. I love the numbering of this. There's 2 3s. 3 must be special. Pause the video. Here are your answers. So go ahead and check your responses. Okay, so next one I have you guys do is your exit ticket. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I would love to see where I can actually find all of my slides here, but I can't find it. Come on, why do I have all my slides? Okay, now I can find all my slides. All right, so let's see here. Here we go. Okay, now I can't go back to it. Well, this is just the most inconvenient thing, but that's okay. So it says, tweet a summary. Summarizing what you read today. Make sure you have complete sentences and proper capitalization and punctuations. So you're going to create 2 hashtags telling the subject of the article, or what do we talk about, or the subject, or the skill set that we completed, and the most important action and point of what we learned today. So that is your exit ticket. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.